This conference will now be recorded.
Commissioner Jennings,
Here.
Commissioner Rogers,
Here.
Commissioner Spielman,
Here.
Commissioner Warren,
Here.
Mayor Ginger.
Here. Opening prayer and pledge of allegiance. The opening prayer will be done by Noah Clark and the pledge of allegiance by Gabe Parker. If you wish to join us, please stand.
Dear Lord, I come to you in prayer today. I pray that as this youth group is in here, that we would reflect your heart, Lord, that would be beacons of light in the community for you, Lord. I pray that, the decisions that are made in this room, that they reflect your will, and that your Holy Spirit would be in here as people make decisions for our community. And amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, are there any additions or deletions? Yours will be just a minute, just 1 minute. Additions or deletions?
Yes, under the consent agenda, we'd like to add appointments for the Public Libraries Board of Trustees.
Okay. We have a motion?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on it? All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you. So we have two proclamations tonight. The first proclamation of the Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month will be done by Logan Tyler. And you're going to face the audience. Yeah, you're fine.
Now speaking for Office of the Mayor, Logan Tyler from Mark City, Kansas, reading the Hogmaw Ministry Proclamation. Whereas the month of March 2022 has been designated as National Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in order to celebrate and recognize people with disabilities. And whereas disability is a natural part of the human experience and in no way diminishes the right of people with disabilities to make choices, contribute to society, and experience the many blessings of American society. And whereas the members, friends, and the community at large all play a role in supporting people with disabilities as they pursue their dreams. And whereas the goals of this city properly include helping people with disabilities to realize the full access to housing, employment, and the recreational activities which help to create productive, satisfying lives, and also to live possible. Now, therefore, the mayor of the city of Kansas City, Kansas, does hereby proclaim the month of March 22 as Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in Kansas City, and call upon the citizens of Kansas City to observe this month with appropriate programs and activities. And furthermore, encourage the citizens of Kansas City to seek information from those organizations with expertise in matters concerning professionals who support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Present these. How do you want to do it? Is there someone here from the program?
Was it severe weather? Is that what you're talking
No, developmental.
Yeah, you're so up here, Candy.
about? I don't know how many people are here. Twin Rivers Developmental Supports.
All right.
We appreciate your proclamation. We do totally agree that individuals with developmental disabilities can work and they can be involved in the community like everybody else. We do these blankets. We do screen printing. I don't know how many of you know we do screen printing. We do all kinds of stuff work at Twin Rivers. So I'm going to give each of you a blanket. I'm going to leave that with you. So if you think of us, you might think of contracts. We do Husky liners, we do GE, we have a lot. And if you haven't been at our agency, give me a call. I'm happy to give you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Autumn James, and I'm with Mosaic in Winfield, Kansas.
I'm Mike Jones, I'm the director at Capra Foundation.
And our second proclamation will be read by Rebecca Hurst.
Severe Weather Awareness Week is an annual opportunity to raise awareness about the importance of preparing for and understanding severe weather and flooding in Kansas, and to encourage all citizens to prepare their homes, businesses, and communities better for the upcoming storm and flood season. And whereas the Kansas Hazard Mitigator Plan identifies severe weather and flooding as some of the costliest types of natural disasters in Kansas in terms of lost lives, injuries, and property damage, and whereas severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, and floods annually threaten people, pets, livestock, homes, and other property in every county in Kansas, and whereas severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, and floods can happen anytime, anywhere, and without prior warning. And whereas flood damage is not normally covered under a standard homeowner's insurance policy, and whereas the state of Kansas, in conjunction with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's National Weather Service, will observe Severe Weather Awareness Week on March 7th through 11th. Now therefore, the mayor of the city of Arkansas City, Kansas, does hereby proclaim and recognize March 7th through 11th, 2022 as Severe Weather Awareness Week in the city of Arkansas City, Kansas, and urge all citizens to recognize this observance with appropriate readiness and preparedness actions. Further call upon and urge all citizens to consider becoming more educated about severe weather threats by taking part in one of the annual sessions of Storm Fury on the Plains that will be offered virtually this year online by the National Weather Service in Wichita.
Great, thank you. Okay, come up. All four of you, would you come up? Oh, Rosie? Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
it's just an opinion. I think it's a good one. I think that these young people who participate in the opening of the ceremony deserve a group photograph with the mayor. in the
Well, how about
center.
the whole commission? You guys want to come up and we'll stand right in front here?
Thank you, Mr. Jennings.
Can you want to stand? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Recognition of visitors, so we have two. Robert Fiesel. Okay. Would you come forward? State your name and address, please.
Robert Hazel, 1435 North First. And I got some pictures that tell a lot more than I can.
Okay.
I want to pass them down, but I believe the first one shows my neighbor, Donnie Smith, on the north, 1437 North First. His driveway, they cut it out for a new sewer line out to the alley. And the concrete they took out, he was lucky enough that he got a friend at work to haul it off for him. And second picture will show the alley, the trees. I trimmed the trees back to the fence. When I bought the property, they were out in the alley. I trim them back, pull the stumps, keep it clean, the whole alley. And Then from there, it just goes downhill, the mud. You can see where the plumber, Bowen Plumbing, it's owned by Leonard Munford, I believe it's how you pronounce it, at Winfield. And it's been ongoing for several months now. He doesn't do concrete work, just plumbing. Donnie Smith's on his own. And he was going to do the complete job, and then he said, no, I'm not going to do this. And Mike Bellis has talked to him about the alley, and he says, yeah, I'm going to fix that. He's not.
The owner or
Huh?
the owner fix it, or who say they'll fix it?
Leonard Munn.
All right, if you're talking about the resident or the company, all right.
He's the car that dug up the alley to the main, and he has, last I heard, his, where it's the city's alley, they can take care of it. So anyway, I went out, rental station, priced the tractor, it's a little over $200 with the blade, and probably $400 to $500 worth of gravel. So if I do it, and I just feel I shouldn't have to do it, I already keep it clean. So just, I don't know what the recourse is. That's why I'm here.
Randy, do you know anything about those alleys? I mean, what the general thing is? I mean,
Well, I would think we would have the ability to require it to be returned to the condition it was in before. So
okay.
I'll have to get the address and visit with Mike Bellis on that.
I was thinking if he don't want to do it, let's not give him any permits in Arc City till he completes the job. We don't give shade tree roofers permits. So.
Well, we just need to tell Mike Bellis that. And,
Yeah. Well, thank you for alerting the city staff, and
hopefully it'll get taken care of shortly.
all right.
Okay. I appreciate it.
What was the address over there again?
1435 North First. And Donnie Smith's at 1437, just next door.
So, and that was Bert.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Cute. So what's a reasonable time for us to expect to hear some resolution on this?
You want to keep them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get with Mike Bellis in the morning and we'll.
Yeah, Mike knows about it. She's talked to me a couple of times. Don't have much.
All right, what we can do about it.
Okay,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Liz Shepherd?
You're fine.
Oh, you're good. Good. All right. I know it's a little happier. As you may or may not be aware, in July, Cali will turn 100, Cali College. And so as you take one and pass it down, and you may hang on to these. We're wanting to do a few little things, kind of upgrade the campus and the surrounding. What we're wanting to do is to replace the current green and white street signs with where you can see the little orange rectangles with orange and black street signs that would be, we would pay, the college would pay for the signs. And then we would work in conjunction with Mr. Tapia and his folks and Mr. Fraser as far as just setting them on the current poles. We wouldn't need any new hardware. And they would be up to DOT, all the regulations, the reflectiveness, everything would be as per spec. And so that's kind of what we're wanting to do. And Mr. Fraser said that I needed to come talk to you lovely folks and make sure that was kosher and good to go. And so I guess I'm just asking for your blessing.
Staff was okay. I talked with Tony and
Yeah.
they were fine with it. So
Well, do we need a motion for this, or do
I
we?
don't think so.
Okay, just a general.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys were.
I'm in.
Yeah.
You got 14 street signs?
34.
34 street signs.
Well, that's because you have,
One east, west, one north, south.
bingo, yes.
Gotcha.
And I went around and looked at every street sign and I've listed them all and they will look, they'll have the name And then,
Exact same, just orange and black.
bingo.
Yep.
Well, you had me when you referred to me as lovely folks. That's the nicest thing I've heard all day.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank
thank you. Y'all have a great evening. My husband's cooking, so I'm gonna go home and eat.
What time you gonna eat?
Some of you know his cooking. Whenever he's done cooking.
Okay. Give us a holler.
Y'all know where, yeah, y'all know.
Okay.
But I was just one question.
Yes.
Trying to read the small print on this. Do I see Jennings Boulevard on here somewhere?
We can talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay, we'll move forward to the consent agenda. Commission, as you know, we added into the consent agenda the reappointment and new appointment for the library board.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
As amended.
Yeah, as amended.
Okay, I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify with aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. New business.
Consider a resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to purchase a 2021 Rayo vac sweeper from RED or Red Equipment, Independence, Missouri, for an amount not to exceed $255,000.
Yeah.
He's hiding out back there.
Yes.
Did commissioners, do you have any questions?
No, I'll pretty well, he answered pretty well most of it on Friday at the work session. It's a little more than what we budgeted, but we're going to pay 127 down and then finance the rest of it. Over how many years will we do that, or do you know, Tony?
I don't know. Jenny was working on the
Yeah, so
numbers.
we're gonna put out, if you guys approve the purchase tonight, we'll put out bids and we'll look at the basically half down, 127,000 down. And then look at a 2-year lease and a 3-year lease. And then also in those, we'll look at 2 payments per year or 1 payment per year.
And we've got plenty of room in the budget for that. Okay. And what about, we talked about getting extra,
Extended warranty.
Yeah, extended warranty on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I did reach out to, I believe his name is Lee, but we keep missing each other.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get a hold of him tomorrow after we discuss this.
that extended warranty might be just a little bit more than what we're going to be voting for tonight. So I guess we
Do that plus the extended warranty.
okay.
It depends on the numbers when Jenny comes back. I mean, because we'll still have the room in there.
Sure.
And we're talking about when's the delivery?
Anytime.
Okay.
Because they have 4 of them in stock in the yard.
As soon as they get money in hand, they'll probably bring her down.
All right.
He can drive it down on his truck. So
We have a motion?
And then,
Oh, sorry.
and then they'll come down there and help us for a week or so, or however long, train our people, or
oh yeah. When we did the demonstration, we normally go through everything that's mechanical on it and how to service it and all that stuff. But a few guys were out working, and only the guy that really runs the street sweeper at this time, Gene Cleek, was there to get the main rundown on the machine. But once he brings it in, this will be a newer machine. The one we demoed was 2019. So it has a few extra bells and whistles, and we'll go through all of that when it comes down.
that being said, go ahead.
I've slept since the study session. Did we ever get any kind of, whether it's statistical or anecdotal type data in comparison of the life expectancy, if you would, of this equipment as compared to what we've used?
The vac sweepers normally are a better piece of equipment than your mechanical sweepers, just because a mechanical sweeper basically takes the 2 brooms and a center broom, sweeps it into a hopper, then dumps it in the back. You have, generally, they take all the hydraulic hoses, bury them in a channel to where only their certified technicians can work on them. Today, for example, we had that street sweeper breakdown this morning. So we had to wait until shops got open because we came in to sweep Summit Street at 4 in the morning and the water pump burned up on it. Anyway, We had to take the water pump completely out because you can't call the manufacturer and say, hey, we need this water pump, because it's made by, the engine's made by John Deere, the sweeper's made by Global. And so you have to chase parts from different entities. So finally, after pulling it down, we found a remanufactured water pump for that unit. But this is made solely by Ravo. They have all their own pieces of machinery there, and they have their own parts. A warehouse has got over $200,000 worth of merchandise sitting on the shelf. And it's warranted everything. Single engine, as to where the other ones, you have dual engines. You have an engine that runs the sweeper itself to get it from point A to point B. Then you have another engine on the back that runs the rest of the stuff.
Just more breakdowns.
Yes, more stuff to break down.
So you're saying performance, serviceability, and life cycle are all a step up.
Yeah, it's a step up. Now, we've
Okay,
never
thank you.
had a vacuum sweeper before here. So it's going to be new to us as
Super.
well. So,
Super.
Well, that being said, I make a motion, we consider the resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to purchase a 2021 Ravo vac sweeper, street sweeper from RED Equipment, Independence, Missouri, for amount not to exceed $250,000 plus the extra warranty.
I think it was 255.
I'm sorry, 255 plus extra warranty.
Second it. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
And you get by the
Thank
end of the
you.
week.
City manager report on upcoming activities.
Okay, there is a statewide tornado drill on Tuesday, March 8th at 10 a.m. Rise Cali Quarterly Coalition meeting will be at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, March 8th at Fort County Mental Health, Strother Field. The next Cali County Legislative Committee meeting will be noon Tuesday, March 8th at the Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce. On March 9th at noon to 1 at the water treatment plant, Chief Burr will be the featured speaker for the Chamber of Commerce's lunch bites. He'll do a state of public safety. So if you're interested in participating, we need to get you a ticket at the chamber office, but that's going to be going on then. The next City Commission study session will be March 11th in my office. There'll be a land bank board meeting, trustees meeting at 5 p.m. on March 15th, just before the commission meeting on 15th. And then a reminder that the Park City Chamber of Commerce banquet will be March 19th from 5 to 10. And we do have a table reserved for the city. So if any of you are interested, let me know. Like, we have a table at 8, and if we get enough interest, we could always add on to that, I believe. So just let me know on that. That's all I have.
Anything further from commissioners? We have any citizen advisory board reports? Okay.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. I did tell him I was going to try and stretch it to 6:45, but apparently I'm out of stuff. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously.